There's something profound about standing at life's crossroads and recognizing that the power to choose our direction has always been ours. In the courage to be disliked, we encounter this liberating truth. All you can do with regard to your own life is choose the best path that you believe in. This isn't just philosophical wisdom, it's a sacred invitation to trust the compass that lives within us. Every day, we face countless decisions, from the mundane to the momentous. Yet beneath each choice lies a deeper question. Will we honor what we know to be true for us, or will we let fear guide us toward what seems safer, more acceptable, more likely to earn approval? The sacred path of personal choice requires courage because it asks us to take full responsibility for our lives. Not responsibility in the sense of blame or burden, but responsibility as empowerment, the recognition that we are the authors of our own story. This responsibility can feel overwhelming at first. We might think, what if I choose wrong? What if others disagree? But here's what this wisdom teaches us. There is no universally right path, only the path that aligns with our deepest values and authentic self. When we choose from this place of inner knowing, we step into our greatest freedom, the freedom to live as we were meant to live, regardless of external pressures or expectations. Yet so often, we find ourselves carrying invisible weights that were never meant to be ours. We shoulder the judgments of colleagues, the expectations of family members, the opinions of strangers on social media. We bend and shape ourselves trying to fit into molds that others have created, forgetting that their thoughts about us belong entirely to them, not to us. This is one of the most liberating insights we can embrace. What others think of us is none of our business. It sounds almost rebellious to say it, but it's deeply true. When someone forms an opinion about our choices, our appearance, our lifestyle, that opinion lives in their mind, shaped by their experiences, their fears, their values. We cannot control it, we cannot manage it, and most importantly, we are not responsible for it. Imagine the relief of setting down these invisible burdens. Picture yourself moving through your day without constantly adjusting your behavior to manage others' reactions. This doesn't mean we become inconsiderate or reckless. It means we stop contorting ourselves to fit into expectations that may not even be real. Often, the judgments we fear most exist primarily in our own imagination. When we release the burden of others' opinions, we create space for authentic living. We begin to make choices based on our own values rather than our predictions of what others might think. And in this space, genuine peace can flourish. Society often whispers a subtle lie, that we need permission to be ourselves. We wait for approval to pursue our dreams, to express our thoughts, to live according to our own principles. But the courage to be disliked offers us a radical truth. There is no reason of any sort that one should not live one's life as one pleases. This isn't a call to selfishness or disregard for others. It's recognition that each of us has been given a unique path to walk, a unique contribution to make. When we honor our authentic self, we're not taking something away from the world, we're giving the world the gift of who we truly are. Authentic living requires courage because it means we might sometimes displease others. We might choose a career that our parents don't understand, express opinions that our friends disagree with, or live in a way that challenges conventional expectations. But when we grant ourselves radical permission to be authentic, we model for others that they too can live freely. This permission isn't something we need to earn or deserve, it's our birthright. The moment we stop waiting for external validation to live as ourselves, we step into a freedom that no one can take away from us. Here's a beautiful paradox. The very thing we often fear most, being disliked, can become the gateway to our greatest freedom. When we're willing to be disliked for living authentically, we discover that our fear of rejection often held more power over us than actual rejection ever could. This willingness doesn't mean we seek out disapproval or become deliberately antagonistic. It means we stop allowing the possibility of someone's displeasure to dictate our choices. We recognize that being universally liked is not only impossible but would require us to be so bland, so inoffensive, that we'd lose ourselves entirely in the process. True freedom comes when we can say, I would rather be disliked for who I am than liked for who I'm pretending to be. This isn't easy, our need for belonging runs deep. But when we're willing to risk disapproval in service of authenticity, we often discover that the people who matter most appreciate us more, not less, for our honesty. And something remarkable happens when we stop trying to please everyone. We begin to attract people who genuinely resonate with who we are. The relationships we build from this place of authenticity are deeper, more meaningful, and more nourishing than connections based on performance or people-pleasing. One of the most peaceful discoveries we can make is understanding what belongs to us and what belongs to others. Our feelings, our reactions, our desires to be liked, these are our territory to navigate. Whether someone actually likes us lives entirely in their world, beyond our control and outside our responsibility. This clarity brings tremendous relief. We can stop trying to manage other people's emotions and focus on managing our own. We can stop trying to control others' perceptions and focus on living with integrity. We can stop taking responsibility for how others feel about our choices and focus on making choices that align with our values. These clear boundaries don't make us cold or disconnected. Instead, they allow us to show up more fully in our relationships because we're not constantly monitoring and adjusting based on others' reactions. We can be present, genuine, and caring without losing ourselves in the process. When we understand these boundaries, we also develop compassion for others who are struggling with the same challenges. We can support them without trying to fix their feelings about us, and we can receive their support without feeling obligated to think or feel exactly as they do. When we align our actions with our deepest values, something beautiful happens. We become living testimonies to what we believe. Each choice to honor our authentic self, even when it invites disapproval, becomes evidence that we're not just existing, we're truly living according to our own principles. This alignment isn't about perfection. It's about consistency between our inner compass and our outer choices. When we live this way, we experience a kind of integrity that brings deep satisfaction. We may face challenges, we may encounter disapproval, but we can rest in the knowledge that we're being true to ourselves. Living as proof of our principles also inspires others. When people see someone living authentically, it gives them permission to do the same. Your courage to be disliked becomes a gift to everyone around you, a reminder that authentic living is possible. This doesn't mean we become rigid or inflexible. Our principles can evolve as we grow and learn. But when we commit to living in alignment with our current understanding of what's true and valuable, we experience a kind of peace that no external validation can provide. As you reflect on these ideas, consider what it might look like to grant yourself permission to live more authentically. What would change if you stopped trying to manage others' opinions? How might your life transform if you were willing to be disliked for being yourself? Remember, this journey toward authentic living is not a destination but a daily practice. Each moment offers us a choice. Will we honor our inner truth, or will we contort ourselves to fit others' expectations? The courage to be disliked is really the courage to be yourself, fully and unapologetically. If these insights resonate with you, consider sharing them with someone who might need this reminder that they too have permission to live authentically. May you find the courage to walk your own path, the wisdom to know what belongs to you and what belongs to others, and the peace that comes from living in alignment with your deepest truth.